well. So that's the first tick out there. Yes, it's in the green, but not as green as we earlier thought. So the markets have opened up with a green of close to around 30 points. The Nifty Bank is up close to around 60 points. What's doing well? Ambuja Cements. The street likes that acquisition out there. Well, that stock, in fact, is flying away. That's up close to around 3%. Nalco, there is some more surety with regard to their bauxite. So that's why, in fact, that stock is up close to around 2%. Vodafone Idea as well. That stock is up close to around 1.5%. What's not doing very, very well? Ramco Cements. Clearly, their dominance, the street believes, will be challenged. And that's why, in fact, that stock is down close to around 2%. Canara Bank as well is down close to around 2% as we speak. From the Nifty pack itself, what's moving around? The top gainer on the Nifty right now is Shriram Finance post that large trade. On the flip side, you have Bajaj Auto that's down 1%. Mangala, what else?
Well, in the mid-cap end of things, the market breadth is firmly in favor of advances. Nearly 5 stocks advancing for every stock which is declining. On the NSE, 1,400 stocks in the green, about 250 in the red itself. Among the stocks that are doing well from the broader markets, we also have L&T Finance, which is doing well. You have the promoters, increasing their stake by about 0.5%. So that's seen some tinge of green. Also, we're seeing continued traction in gas-based stocks. So Gujarat Gas is up around 1.5%. Alembic Pharma continues to do well. We're seeing some traction in India Cements as well, up around 2%. But on the way down, we have Aurobindo Pharma, Canara Bank and Biocon along with Dalmia Bharat not doing particularly well. You also are seeing some of the stocks which have been surging earlier continue to move higher, and one of them is Kaya. 2 upper circuits of 20% each over the last 2 trading sessions. And this morning opens up with a gain of about 10%. So it's a big move that we're seeing out there. Jubilant Industries continues with its 5% upper circuit run, taking this week's gains to about 25%. And we're also seeing traction in other sugar names, which continues. So Sri Renuka up around 3%, Bajaj Hindustan up around 4%. It will be interesting to see how Balrampur Chini pans out as well. In the green, the stock has gotten out of FNO ban. We're seeing some traction there. And Senco Gold 2, clean out trade is done. The stock up around 2.5%. So broader markets a lot better than what the frontline index would have you believe.
Absolutely. The sugar trade is really building up. It was about 7-8% yesterday, and all these stocks are off with a pop. Remember, the whole chatter is about higher MSP for sugar and perhaps higher pricing for ethanol as well, the blending program that's underway. And that's keeping this part of the market very excited. So sugar and cement, 2 strong pockets with plenty of gains going forward. If you talk about some more movers and shakers, then what else? Timken India, quick early mover right now, but 6% up on a Timken India. Then you've got something like GIC, but obviously volumes are a little thinner on that one. That's up and about. Sagar Cement 6% higher now. There's the Sanghi Industries, which is up about 8%. So quite a few big movers and shakers in the broader market. But you'd have to say that it's a quiet Friday. It is a quiet morning because at the headline index level, not only is the Nifty flat, Bank Nifty is flat, but even the mid-cap index, the gain at the index level is only 0.25% right now. But it is the smaller stocks, more about small caps, because the advance decline ratio is very, very positive. Still about 1,500 stocks advancing. On the Nifty, one would have to say the weak hands include, of course, some of the bigger banks like Kotak and IndusInd, and Reliance is continuing to be a bit of a drag, as are some of the big tech names. Yesterday, the market had a pillar in form of technology. That's kind of missing today because TCS is dragging its feet, Infosys is down. So let's see, they're close to the flat line, not very deep in terms of cuts. So depending on what happens to some of these bigger names, Reliance and technology, we'll figure out how things go along.
Well, that's right. There's some pre-positioning actually in cement, it seems. So yes, Ambuja Cements is up close to around 2%, but it's come off a little bit from the top. So that's, one stock that the street likes because of the deal that they've done. Dalmia Bharat, that stock is down close to around 2%. Dalmia as well as Ramco. So clearly the street believes that at least in the near term, this dominance in South India could be challenged with Adani Cement coming in more aggressively. The stock actually that's doing very, very well is the one that we pointed out earlier today. Sagar Cement, it has a capacity of around 11 million tons in that region itself. So that's why the street believes that this one could be in for a bit of a re-rating. It trades at around $50-$55 per ton. And this deal was done at around $90 per ton. If you take the expansion, at around $80 per ton. And it's a well-run business with cost efficiency measures as well. So for the time being, that stock is higher and volumes are relatively good as well. So that's why I'm pointing that out.
Okay, yeah.
I was just looking at some more stocks which had news backing them and have now begun to pick up. And one of them is Havells. after, they've announced the investment of around 50 to 60 crore to expand their capacity. You also have RITES, which is doing well. They won an order worth, or rather they've signed an MOU with DMRC for exploring consultancy and O&M of metro rail systems. So RITES has picked some pace. Purvankara, 1,000 crore QIP, that stock doing well. And Senco Gold too has moved to the high point of trade. We were talking about that clean out trade that took place there.
So yeah, continues to be all about mid-cap stocks, small-cap stocks. That's where the action is, because the frontline space continues to be a bit of a drag. Though you'd have to say there's a fair amount of defensive buying in the frontline space today. Britannia, Lever, Titan, Asian Paints, Cipla, Divi's, that kind of a day. More defensive in nature.
Don't also lose sight of the M&M group, because they have the group analyst day
meet
today. And M&M is actually now among the top Nifty gainers right now at the high point.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's the market. Nifty absolutely quiet and flat with just about a 10-point gain.